Thank you for logging in and listening to week 2 of our rolling training programme. I hope you listened to week 1 and found it interesting and beneficial. Okay, so week 2, we're going to be prospecting for diamonds. I'm sure we would all like to be a diamond manager like John and Jane Leach with those lovely big bonus checks, and we'll be talking through trying to find diamonds as well. Contacting, what to say and how to handle objections, and we'll also be going through the points activity sheet so that we are doing income producing activity, which is very important, rather than just running around like headless chickens. Okay, so last week we did the product story and business story. I hope that you've got those up and running and that you're practicing them. They're very good for one-to-ones and when you meet people to explain why you're doing the business and how you became involved with the products. The goal books and goal boards. I'm a very visual person and found that the visual goal boards fantastic. Have them in my kitchen and look at them on a daily basis to keep me focused. These would be great if we could share these on the team page just to give other people inspiration. Team websites, Forever Knowledge. If you need login details, give us a bell and we'll send you the links. And the Facebook pages, and also the contact lists and new customers. That's what we worked on last week. So hopefully you're getting on well with that activity. Okay, so prospecting. Why do we prospect? Prospects are people who you are talking to the business about. People you want to come into your business and help grow your team, help with growing your team. People that are likely to grow their own businesses and become managers as well amongst your business. Okay, so there's 3 types of prospectors. We are the prospectors and we find prospects. Those 3 types of prospectors, basically those who love to prospect. I'd say Sally is incredibly good at prospecting. She chats away to people and finds it incredibly easy. There's those that are uncomfortable about prospecting, but they do it anyway. They learn. This is probably the majority of us. I felt a bit uncomfortable about it to start with, and I've had to really learn to push myself out of my comfort zone and do it. And there's those that do not like prospecting at all. They are frightened, they procrastinate, and they go out of their way to avoid talking to people. Success will always elude them. So it's just something that we've got to get on and do. Okay, so prospecting for diamonds. No, sorry. 3 types of prospects. Sorry, 3 types of prospects. Those that are looking for something right now, they have an acute interest, and those that are curious and would like to find out more, moderate interest. Obviously, both of those are great because we can give them information straight away and crack on at showing them the business. And then there's those that have little interest or are not interested at all, these could be somebody that we could come back to at a later date, or if they say no, we can get a referral. We start to like no's because once we get those that we know that we're actually contacting enough people. Okay, so 10 reasons why people join a network marketing company. If you look on the left-hand side, you'll see, can we open it or make it a bit bigger? No. Okay, so if you look on the left-hand side, these are the different reasons why people might join prospects, why they might join the company. If you could just have a little look at those without looking at the answers on the left-hand side and think which ones you think are the most important to the prospect and mark them out of 1 to 10. Quite often it's not exactly, it's not what you think people are going to join for. There's on the right hand side you can actually see what the statistics say through the MLM training survey. The most important is actually who gives the presentation. So people basically buy you, and this is why it's incredibly important to talk to people on a one-to-one basis. And then next one along is your upline support. That's the next most important. Third is marketing plan and potential earnings. Fourth is training provided. Fifth is the product line. Sixth is being first in the area. Seventh, company literature. Eighth, company images. Ninth, sales and starter kit. And 10th, company management experience. So I think when I did this, I think who gave the presentation was actually third on my list, and upline support was somewhere there, and marketing plan was somewhere there. But I kind of got them sort of all muddled up. So it's actually really important that the person who gave the presentation is, well, yeah, the most important one is who gave the presentation. Okay, so methods of prospecting. Our contact list, that's obviously incredibly important for us to keep adding to on a daily basis. Facebook, Twitter and other social media, LinkedIn. If you think I think I've got about 1,000 contacts on Facebook and a couple of hundred on LinkedIn. All those can be added to your contact list. So your contact list can always be developed. You can always be increasing it. The one thing I'd say about Facebook and social media, use it as an addition to actually speaking to people. Don't use it as your only form of contacting. You want to still continue to sort of speak to those person on a one-to-one basis. So use it as a tool, but don't piss people off by just continually posting about products or about the business. Contact marketing. Face-to-face conversations, cards and flyers, leave your paper trail behind you, whether or not it's at the garage or in the doctor's surgery. People are always sitting wanting to read things in doctors and dentists. Cut boxes, product launches, fantastic to improve your retail sales. Local shows and exhibitions, we call these tabletops. Referrals, local advertising in post office, etc. Satisfied customers, so you might have somebody amongst your team who is a customer buying the products off you, and you can go back to them and say to them, did you realize that you can you can get an income from this business? You can start selling the products yourself, and that's one way of showing them showing the business. Talk to groups, WI, Rotary, coffee mornings, etc. Join networking groups, and then other. So just be a little bit creative here. Think about different ways within which you can contact people. Leave no stone unturned, because you never know when there might be a diamond underneath it. And basically, if you are continuously talking to people on a daily basis, talking to them about the products and the business, then your business will not fail. But you need to do the daily and weekly disciplines to enable your business to grow. Okay, right, contact list. Where's that gone? Click into the wrong one. Yeah, it all starts with your contact list. Develop your first 100 names in this country and overseas. We've got an international business where we can trade in over 150 countries. So just put everybody down onto your contact list, whether or not they're friends and family abroad or or people in this country. Use the memory joggers. Empty your head without prejudging. You never know what somebody's situation might be. So they may live in a in a really nice house and be earning incredibly good incomes, but they might not be able to afford to spend time with their family. So it might be time which might be a huge benefit. So never prejudge the people that you meet. You can use things such as STEAM and frogs. So STEAM, anybody that is involved with sales or teaching, a teacher, any teachers that you know, anybody that's incredibly enthusiastic, write them down on your who do you know list. Anybody that's got a good attitude or may need a little bit more money, write them down on your who do you know list. And then frogs, friends, relatives, organisations and geography. Leave no stone unturned. Remember, some will, some won't, so what, move on. Sooner that you get on to the next one, the sooner that you're finding another potential prospect. Let go of the outcome. You let go of the outcome and just learn to ask. It's our job to show people the opportunity. It's their decision what they do with it there, whether or not they see the opportunity. Don't worry if you meet people who don't get enthusiastic about it and not passionate. Just show it to them and give them facts and show why you're interested in what it's done for you, business story, etc., etc. And if they're interested, fantastic, you take it on to the next step. If not, you show them the projects and get referrals, but we'll go on to that in a sec. Okay, so take the first 15 names out of your Who Do You Know list. Do a quick profile on them. So profiling is really important so that you know how to make that call and what the best angle is to approach them. So do a quick profile, occupation, age, location, whether they're married, kids. What would their hot button be? How do you think that they could benefit or how they would be interested in the business? Whether or not it's they want to spend more time with the family, whether they need a bit extra cash, etc., etc. What is their personality? Are they outgoing? Are they caring? Positive? Good at training people, etc., etc. What's their character? What is it that's good? If you've got something that you can complement them with, then that's always a good way of approaching them, and sharing the business. And then any other info. Is there anybody within their family that has IBS or Crohn's, eczema, aches, pains? What way would their family benefit, or somebody be made redundant amongst their family? Okay, and then we go on to making the call. Keep it simple. Everybody joins this, people join this business for different reasons, so try and keep it as simple as possible. Have the profile sheet in front of you when you make that call. Be positive and enthusiastic. If you need to build up a little bit of excitement or a little bit more positivity, stand up and chat to them on the phone so that you portray yourself well down the phone. Know what your objective is going to be. So do you want to meet up with them for a one-to-one on Skype or coffee, have coffee and do a one-to-one, or do you want to send them a link, or do you want to show them the products? Just know what that objective is so you know how to lead it. And focus very much on the needs of your prospect. So how will they benefit from either the business or the products? It's an invitation, not a presentation. It wants to be informal and not be professional, but informal. Excited about you'll be excited for 20% of the time. Don't be totally enthusiastic so that they think you're bonkers. Have your story ready and your diary open so that you give them 2 dates, say for example Wednesday morning and Friday evening, so that you give them a choice of 2 times to meet up. And have fun down the conversation. Have it light and entertaining rather than too serious. Okay, objective of your call. Right, lead with the business, follow with the product. So you basically want to try and get them to a coffee and show them the business. Lead with the business, follow up with the product. If they say yes to the business, fantastic. Sign them up, duplicate, and put them into the training system. If they say no, then you can follow with the product and say, okay, fine. If you're not interested in the business, then hopefully the products could be of benefit to you, and I'll show you the products. If that's yes, then they start using the products, and you can always show them the business at a later date. If they're still not interested, then ask for a referral. And you want to basically either arrange to meet up through Skype or in person, so that you can do a one-to-one with them. Okay, basically then the prospecting, weak words. Don't use words such as when you're ready, call me, list of features, product parties. These are don't create really the right business. The right feeling for your business. If you say I've got a little business or I'm selling aloe, these are all weak and don't really portray that you're running a professional international business that has all the benefits that we know that it has. And try not to talk down the phone too much to them. Basically, try and arrange to meet up for a coffee and show them the business in that way. So strong words. Strong words such as a business opportunity, it's a dynamic company, 30-year track record, health and nutrition, lifestyle, etc., etc., high income potential, business partner, like-minded. So you're portraying positive words to entice them into the business and lead to that one-to-one. And you also want them to realise that they've got full training and support. Can say to them, I had no previous experience, but I've had all of the help that I have needed, leading on to your one-to-one. Okay, making the call, third-party approach. Hello Sam, it's Sian here. Do you have a moment to talk? Great. The reason I'm calling is I've just started a business with the help of a friend backed up by a multi-billion-dollar global company, and we're looking for some people to work with in your area. I wonder if you know anyone that might be interested. So you're not putting too much pressure on them and opening the door to them to say, oh right, yes, what is it? I'm interested, or so-and-so may be interested. Next one is making the call. This is where you're trying to plug into their personality. So, hi Sam, it's Sian here, how are you? Do you have a moment to talk? Great. Reason for the call. So I've started a business with the help of a couple of colleagues, backed up by a multi-million global company, and they asked me if I knew of anybody with a bubbly personality that's open-minded, and I thought of you. Third one is making the call and targeting on their hot button. So, hi Sam, it's Jane here. Who are you? How are you? Sorry. Do you have a moment to talk? Great. You know that car or holiday or time with your family that you spoke to me about? Well, I think I found a way for you to achieve it. Next one is the dissatisfied one. So this is somebody that's possibly got a long commute to work and feeling a bit down. Hi Sam, it's Sian here, how are you? Have you got a moment to talk? Great. You've always said how much you hate commuting. Well, I think I may have found a way that you could stop commuting and spend more time with your family. I don't know if what I found is for you. Obviously only you can decide. Why don't we meet for coffee and I can run it past you? So just a number of different ways for you to make a call. Obviously this can be through through Facebook or through the medium that you usually communicate with that person in. Another one is making a customer call. So this is more towards the products. Hi Sam, Sian here, how are you? Do you have a moment to talk? Great. No, I know you've been bothered. Digestive problems, IBS, Crohn's, skin problems, eczema, whatever it is. Just come an amazing product, which I think could help you. Can I come around and show you? Okay, usual responses. Sounds interesting. What is it? At this stage, you don't need to tell them much more. Try and invite them to view the information by doing one-to-one or sending them a DVD or an online one-to-one. So the best thing is obviously if they're fairly local, arrange to meet up for that coffee. Skype is an amazing way of doing an online one, and we've got some slides which you can use for that Skype, or you can send them a link. But the best way is to try and get them to the one-to-one. Okay, if they persist, oh boy, you should just go to sleep. Okay, so if they persist, say to them, well, I can't really do this company any justice over the phone. They've been going for 30 years, trading in 150 countries, $2.6 billion turnover. Just try and get them to meet for a coffee, basically. So you can say a few things, but almost the least that you say, the better. And then you can go on to saying, it's in the look good, feel good factor, etc., etc. But basically, usually once you've said a little bit about it, then they say, all right, okay, yeah, that's interesting, and then it's easier to be able to meet for coffee. And then obviously following on with if they've agreed to meet for a coffee, then say Wednesday or Thursday at a set time. You can include your story at this time, but I tend to wait until I'm doing the one-to-one before I give a product story or the business story. Okay, objections. Again, you might get asked the question, what is it? Is it MLM? Is it pyramid selling? Answer by saying, that's interesting. Why do you ask that? So what you're trying to do is to draw some information out of them. They might be negative about one of these things, but they might actually be positive about it, and I've had some good experiences. So don't be on the defensive. Try and just draw out of them from what reason they're asking that question. And then try follow on by the feel, felt, sound, found approach. So I know how you feel, Sam. I felt that when I was first told about it, but this is what I have found, and give the answer to how you have found it and a positive response, and then book the appointment to see them. Okay, prospecting referrals. If your prospect says no, then thank them for the time. Ask if you can help if you can keep in touch with them over the coming months, and always ask for referrals. For example, hi Sam, thanks for being honest. I'm sorry it's not for you right now. However, let's keep in touch over the next few months. In the meantime, I'm looking for some quality people to talk to. People like you. Do you know anybody that would be open to looking at the business or could benefit from the health products? You never know when you'll be walking past your next diamond. If no again, then offer the products. Thank you for looking, listening. Appreciate how you feel. We have a fantastic range of natural everyday products. Love to drop off a sample box to you for you to try for a few days. Is Wednesday or Friday best for you? Great. Okay, so remember, fortune is in the follow-up. We try to do this within 48 hours. If you can basically follow up within a short period of time, then hopefully you still keep a little bit of, you keep the enthusiasm and they remember what you're talking about. You leave it longer, they're more likely to lose interest. Know what your objective is, to invite them to a business presentation or one-to-one, and to arrange or to arrange a product launch. Okay, prospecting statistics. Know what your statistics are. A good discipline to start off with is to start your business and aim to contact between 12 and 15 people each. So basically, and do that for the first 3 months. So try and do that every week for the first 3 months, and break that down so that you're contacting 3 people each day for 5 days, for example. 6 will say no or not now. 6 will look at the info and would like to meet. 3 to 4 will come to a presentation. 1 to 2 will join out of that 12 to 15. Basically, 1 in 10 of the people that you've talked to about the business will join. Activity. How serious are you? If you're part-time, 2 contacts a day. Semi-part-time, 5 contacts a day. 3 of these for business, 2 for product. Full-time, it'll be 10 contacts. 7 for the business, 3 for the products. Philemon in Zambia, he joined Forever Living in 2009. There were no products in Zambia. He had to drive all the way to Tanzania, and he had the vision. He knew that the business could work for him, and he has spoken to 15 people per day and now qualified for profit share, car plan and the travel incentive bonuses, and he earns $8,000 per month. So what are you prepared to do? What is it that you would like to achieve out of this business? How hard are you prepared to work to earn to reach your goals? Okay, we just want to go through the activity tracker with you. So this is a really good way of working out how much activity you are doing. Like I said before, There's no point in running around like a headless chicken trying to do lots of things and not actually getting the important work done. So when you phone a prospect, there's 4 points for this. Doing a one-to-one, 5. Sending them a CD, DVD, 2. Follow-up call, 2. Business presentation, 4, and onwards and onwards. This gives you a very good way of recording how much activity you are actually doing. Signing somebody up, 7. Phoning a customer, 2. And if you write down the points each day from Monday to Sunday, work out the total at the end. 35 is not brilliant, to be honest. Good, 65 is okay. You want to be aiming for 100 and doing that 100 points each week to push yourself into getting the weekly activity that you need to get to manager and beyond. Okay, so homework over the next 7 days. Work on your goal book or drink goal board. Profile your first 12 to 15 prospects and contact them over the week, 3 each a day, making 15 calls during the week, reviewing progress with original customers that you may already have, and developing those 20 customers. Fill in your points sheet for the week. Continue to build your 100 name list, thinking of all of the different people that you know. Book the next training, so Success Express and other trainings within your group. Download the one-to-one presentation, or you can buy the flip charts. All of those are fantastic, and start practicing your one-to-ones. Start booking in your one-to-ones, and obviously the product launches, which we discussed last week. And obviously the Sunday night training is also fantastic to keep you on track with your weekly disciplines. Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, and I will look forward to seeing you all soon.